And hello.
Howdy, howdy.
We've got a couple people tuned in.
Yeah, they'll trickle in.
Yep.
It's not bad for them Prop 2 Sunday afternoon.
All right. Let's see. If you saw the thumbnail, here's the axe. I have 3 of these to do. Both sides. And started with this axe head that was basically powder coated with a thick gray coating. And to remove it, I put it underneath the fiber laser and just let it go over at least this side and this side. And then the rest I was able to take off with a flap wheel. Now the flap disc gummed a little bit, but I knew that was going to happen. So then I used a 240 flap disc on it, then dropped down to 30 grit on the, or 60 grit on the random orbital, then 120, then 220, then 400, then 800, then 1600, then hit it with a polishing wheel. So that's where we stand now.
Wow.
I have to do a logo. For 3 of them, it's like, you figure almost an hour for 3 of them each time I changed grits. So there's like probably 10 hours just in getting all 3 of them polished up.
Good grief.
Yeah, my shoulder's a little sore. But anyway, we got a logo going on one side, a name on the other side. Then I have to do the handle. So it'll be on, let's see, this side. Can't remember which side it goes on. No, this side. There'll be a name here and then a small engraving here, which is Proverbs 27:17.
Iron sharpeneth iron. Hey, 3 Rusty Nails, Glenn, Jeremy, and Jim. Patty, howdy.
3 Rusty Nails. Yeah. Hey, Jim, Patty, Glenn, Jeremy.
Hi. Oh, that Jeremy.
And before I get started on this, I set it down somewhere where I didn't scratch it. Let me show you guys how I'm rigging this thing up here.
What's up, Jerry? Hey, Steve.
So I have my XY table.
Da Vinci in the house.
So there's my XY table, microfiber on it so it doesn't scratch the axe. And then I like using these little plastic spacers, wedges. So I'll use those to get it leveled in from side to side and then leveled front to back. So that's where I'm at. Let me see.
Hey, Nipa.
And I've lost most of my little spacers, so I'm going to have to invest in some more.
Make some more? Yeah. I got chunks of wood, plastic, bits of everything up behind my fiber laser for making stuff level. Pop, how you doing?
Yeah, Jerry, Steve, Da Vinci, Nipa, Pop. Sweet. Thanks for joining, guys. And gals.
I'm just here for background noise. I was bored. He said he was getting on live, and I said, yep, count me in.
All right. So when we set the axe down, I lost my little level. Oh my gosh, I just used it. Where is that? There it is. This is my favorite little level to use now. I'll have to put a link in the comments for you. But it's made by Work Pro. It's not going to focus on it because it's not clear. Or because it's clear.
A little closer?
Maybe.
Huh, that's
weird. Doesn't like it. Anyway, Work Pro, there you can see it.
Oh, there it is.
So anyway, it's got levels both ways. And then on the bottom, it has magnets. I'm not going to use the magnet part, but I should just set it on there and check it level front to back with these 2 black spacers in there. That is good. And then when I'm doing an axe, we have the curve. What I'm looking for is to get this part of the curve and this part over here to the very right and the rightmost and the leftmost to be approximately level. So I just kind of eyeball it as far as tipping it up and getting it to be mostly level. That way on both sides of the axe, the laser is hitting at the same focal distance. And that is pretty close right there. I'm using a 300 millimeter lens because it has the longest focal length. So it stays in focus, about that far. So across the whole length of that, it will remain in focus as long as I'm focused to approximately midway, which I am, midway down that slope. If that makes sense.
Which one is that? The 3-inch or the 3 3/4 inch?
This is the 3-inch.
3-inch? Okay. I'm going to put that link in the chat for you.
Wait, let me get an affiliate link.
Oh, yeah. Do that. I forgot about that. I found it. It's only $10. That's not bad.
I used to have that linked. There it is. 3-inch mini level, get link. Any day now.
I have an affiliate, Amazon affiliate now too, but it's been 90 days and they sent me a warning that if I don't use it, I'm like, I don't know how to use it. So there's so many stupid rules on how you can use it and where you can use it that I was just like, screw that. I should figure it out though.
Yeah, you should. So let me get back to Lightburn. I'm going to frame this. I'm just going to frame the bounds, so I'm getting a rectangle of the graphic. And I got lucky. That's pretty close to where it needs to be. Let me get you a better angle. Let me get you zoomed in. You might be able to see the framing red light.
Yep, we can see it.
Now, no matter where you put this graphic, it's always going to look out of level because the way the axe head is, it's fairly straight through here, but it's angled on the handle. So what I do is I make sure the handle is straight with the laser, which it is, so that when you're holding it in your hand, the logo or the graphic is actually level to the handle. So it'll look level to your eye when you're holding your handle properly. I just need to scoop this over a little bit, and right about there is where she goes. And then I can frame the contour, and then you can kind of see where everything's going to go. But let me show you exactly what is going on with the axe. That is the graphic that's going on this side. Then I'm running my fast black setting, which is specific to a MOPA laser. You need to have a MOPA, but it runs at a fast speed, higher power, higher frequency, low Q pulse, 0.005 line space. And then I'm going to run 2 passes. So that is ready to go.
And this
Let's
is
just go
your
ahead.
120 watt?
Yes. Which that setting works. It's 120 watt, but a 300 lens. So it works on the 80 and 60 with a 200 lens.
Okay.
So you can use it on an 80 or a 60. And let's see. Let me frame that one more time just to be sure. Never hurts to double check. Framing multiple times is like measuring multiple times, then cutting once. And when it comes to an axe head that you spent 8 hours polishing, you really don't want to screw it up.
Exactly. Because then you've got to grind down to the black again and repolish it.
Yep.
I did an
There it goes.
$800 silver belt buckle for a rodeo. And I think I paced back and forth across my shop for 45 minutes, just rechecking, double checking, making sure my settings were there, all that stuff before I hit the button. Then when I hit the button, I just went outside because it was a one-off. It wasn't being able to be remade. So I was, I was like, oh crap.
Well, that's why I try not to move too much whenever this is running, because the handle's right here. So if I swing around and hit that, I am in trouble.
I had it clamped in that clamp mount that we all got back years ago. I should show that for people in case they want to get something, but I had it clamped in, bolted down to the table, so it wasn't moving. I just couldn't watch it in case I made a mistake. Because not only did I have to engrave all the information for this little girl's rodeo thing, but her horse died. And so her mother gave me a photograph of her on the horse, and I made it the size of a nickel, and I engraved the photograph on the back of it as well. That's the part that was freaking me out more. But it turned out great. So,
And prayers for your wife, Pop Pop.
yes, absolutely. Still doing it.
There we go. I can see that a little better. So I have this done on the other 2 axes. I'll show you one of those after it finishes the first pass. I don't want to move around too much. But I really like this setting. Once it runs 2 passes, you can see it very well from most angles. It shows up.
That's the one thing that I noticed about my black Mark II for steel and stainless is that the second pass really makes it pop.
Yeah, the second one really enshrines it in there. You're welcome, Barbara. You are welcome. I call it fast black, although it's not extremely fast. It's faster than a lot of saw, and you don't have to go out of focus or do anything like that. You just run it.
So, do you focus to the topmost part, or do you split the difference between that and the dip and the valley of the?
Yeah, that split it.
Yeah, that's what I do too on stuff like that.
And this is the 300 lens, so it has more focal depth. Mm-hmm. So it stays in focus across that whole way. You can look at the reflection off of the axe head and the amount of light that's being reflected that you can see stays consistent. As you can see it in the camera, it stays consistent across the whole axe head.
Yep. You can
High
do that.
precision cut designs in the UK. Power
I
use the
all the
Go
way
ahead,
from
Jared.
across the pond. I was just going to get to that, but you did it. So cool.
Yep. It's kind of late over there, isn't it? Little late across the pond.
It's not as late as it would be if we were on at 6 or 8.
It's true.
Or early. Is that how that goes over there? Yep, 9:21 over there. So 5-hour difference.
Not too late, but approaching bedtime.
Yeah.
Oh, I finished up my the bulk of my next video. My next video is going to be a little change from the normal, but this is something I worked on, and I'm so happy with it now that I decided to make a video about it. But I came up with my own precision shooting drill. I call it the 4 Ps drill. It's Patrick's perfect precision pistol drill, but you can refer to it as the 4 Ps.
Pew pew.
Yep. So I got some footage of me running that drill, and I got to finish up that video probably later tonight. You can see how the laser is pretty bright across the whole distance.
Yep. Oh, you got a spider up there, or a stink bug. What is that crawling across the top of that thing?
Oh, stupid stink bug.
That was pretty wild. I look up, there's legs.
That is hilarious.
Oh,
you can see how that second pass is really darkening it up more and makes it stand out. What's up, Great Lakes?
Hey, we were just talking about you.
All right, so that's the second pass running, and I'll show you what it looks like after it's finished. So you can see pretty much from all angles that nice dark.
Jim, I was thinking the exact same thing.
And you can see I spent quite a lot of time on these Pulaski axes, polishing them. You can see the other side of that's polished. Make sure I don't hit what's behind me. That's nice and shiny. So now we just have to do the other side of this one.
I don't see any bug-shaped holes in the black, so he must have walked away.
He kind of fell off the other side of it.
Well, just as you were switching cameras, he came climbing back up on top.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. That's why Jim was saying, crawl towards the light.
Now, on the other side, I have to do names. But after we get the names done, I'm going to do the handles on the CO2 galvo. And I'm trying to remember again how the names go on the handler. I got an idea.
So that 100 builds, that's how many? That's the 100th trail or something they got done?
Yes.
Cool. Is that a mountain bike?
Here's one. Mountain bike.
Cool.
Here's another one that I did. Let me show you this. There's a double bit that I did for him with the name on it.
Somebody was out for some serious trail cleaning with that thing.
Like, yeah.
That's amazing. It looks like you painted it in there. That was so good.
Let's see. There's a fire axe. Jeremy asked about
Yeah.
fire axe. You can see the difference in it. Oh, this one turned out good. Got some red in there. Got everything with an axe in it. No, I don't see the original one. I did, and then but that's okay. We're getting there. Come on.
It's like that last little bit when it's like doesn't have very much to go. It seems like it takes way too long.
Yes, you may ask me any question, Pop Pop.
Yeah, ask your question. We are not afraid. Ask your three questions.
All right. Let's see. Just so you see, there's no trickery involved. There's fresh off the laser.
Mm-hmm.
Piping hot and fresh.
That's when you put a little bit of butter on there. It softens the crust a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
There we go. Now time for side 2.
I seen a bunch of pictures you posted, Jerry. That looks crazy.
All right. Side 2. We have to do a name.
Frank.
That is not in the list.
Dang it.
2 of them have the same name. All right. Make sure I don't misspell it. T-U-R-L-E-Y. All caps. Center it. Let's frame it. Pounds.
I started watching a little bit of that earlier today, and then I got distracted by dinner, and then I got distracted by Patrick going on live. So I'll get back to that tonight. Jerry. I don't think that was yours, though. I think that was somebody else's.
All right. I got to crunch this up a little bit. It's running kind of long.
Let me look up my history and find out who that was. I don't even remember.
All right. There we go.
Give me my history. View all. History.
And again, I have to make sure the axe handle is straight. And it's wanting to set up in here a little bit. I need something to lay this down.
I'm going to sort through all the shorts my kids are watching on my channel.
Actually, I need to just increase the height a little bit. Oh, I can't find any more my little spacer. Ah, here's one. Now I'm looking good. Is that
Oh,
in the middle?
it was Jerry's. It was Jerry's. Okay. Yeah, I got about 3.5 minutes into it.
Approximately centered. Axe handle is straight. I think that looks good. Let me change it to contour mode. We'll see what we got.
European or African? Pop pop. Hey, Matt.
It's kind of floating right now. Okay, double check focus.
Nice.
Look over it. Probably different. Is that up just a little bit? It's fairly level. All right, this is a wide, curvy span, so let's see how this turns out. I need to move it over, though. Not that far. Okay, that's better. That should be straight. Looks entered. All right, I'm going to hit go. Wish me luck. Hey, Matt, what's up? All right. I'm nervous. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Close my eyes. All right, not bad so far. I really need to show you the axe from from the angle I'm seeing it, where I'm setting, so you can see the angle on it.
Good grief, that printer's going crazy over there.
Catch you later, Pop Pop. Thanks for stopping in.
Enjoy your movie. Extra butter on the popcorn. It always helps.
I never go to the movie theater anymore. It's been years.
Yeah.
But I do crave that movie theater butter popcorn.
Yeah. The what is that? The Accountant? That movie sounds like something that would be fun to go see in the theater.
Yeah, I like the first one. This one, I really like. Shoot, what's his name? Not Ben Affleck, the other guy.
Yeah, the guy that's the Punisher. That's the
Yeah.
only thing I can remember him from was the Punisher.
Oh, great, Andy. He got his keychain. Awesome.
Sweet. So Jim just texted me, and he's got a question about a large board that when he sets it in, he's got to raise the module up too high, and it kind of wants to bang into stuff at the back. So I was like, well, just take your honeycomb out and lay it across the post to see if you can keep your thing dropped down. So he's going to try that.
Yeah. And if
If
that's
it,
too far, just make some risers out of something.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You're going to gain. How thick is that thing? An inch? 3/4,
Even
7/8?
some, yeah, even if you use some 1x1s or 2x2s, cut it to the same length temporarily, that'll work good enough.
Yeah, if you can lose that 3/4 of an inch of honeycomb and just put your thicker board down, you'll probably be all right. That's what I was thinking.
Speaking of keychains, let me show you guys a couple of keychains I worked on. I'm giving one out to my patrons for free. So all they have to do is email me with their address for my patrons. Let me show you that. It's a take on an old style keychain, old style motel keychain. And instead of Bates Motel, I called it Beams Motel. And the room number is the wavelength of your standard blue diode. And for people that order the LMR fundraiser keychain and you pay for shipping, you're getting a bonus keychain. So you can either choose free shipping or pay the $5. And if you pay the $5, you get a bonus keychain. So here's the Beams Motel. It's also for sale on the website, on my website. Cutting edge comfort.
You should do one for the CO2 and the fiber.
And here is the bonus keychain that you'll get if you pay for shipping when ordering the LMR fundraiser keychain. Oh, come on, folks.
There it is. That's simple and cool. I like that.
Yeah, so it's just so they make a great keychain or zipper pull or hanging off a lanyard, whatever you want to do. And finished.
Turley. Is his name Jonathan? No, never mind.
That
That's
I don't
the
know.
YouTube guy. That's the YouTube guy.
Now I gotta have to do a second one with the same name.
Oh no, I have to go. Something happened on my printer, and I see a bunch of not good things happening.
All right, well, get it fixed up. That looks pretty darn good right there. I think I got it set in the exact same spot. Making sure I'm doing the correct name twice. Oh my gosh, that'd be terrible. While this is running, I'm going to set up the CO. Well, all I have to do is turn on the CO2 gallery, move the camera. I'm going to do that now. I also need to do some slate coasters and some hat patches. and a water bottle and a cup. What would you rather see? Any of those?
Okay, that wasn't good. I gotta find out what I did wrong because I know it was
You
me.
make? Did you make spaghetti?
Yeah, one of the I'm doing 4 at a time of those filter kits, the quick fit ones, and one of them lifted, and then another one popped loose, and then when it popped loose, it caught on another one, and I didn't catch it because I was over here. So I gotta find out. Oh, I dropped the temperature down for something else and forgot to put it back up. I was doing an experiment and I forgot to put my temperature back up, and I don't think it. Where's the bed temp? Yeah. Okay, that was fine. Okay.
Yep, Andy, I can do slate coasters next. Get this last name on the axe.
I can't do any more slate coasters. I have no more room to store them for my shows. I'm maxed out. I mean, I could do one. I just don't know where I'd put it right now.
That's looking good. Like it when a plan comes together.
Okay.
Jim, you got it fixed? What was your solution?
Yep. He took the honeycomb out. I got pictures. He took the honeycomb out, put a board down on the bottom plate, on the bottom of the laser, and then put the cutting board on top of that to get his laser to go not go
Sweet.
bang.
All right, there's number 2 done. Oops.
It's a killer logo too, there, Jim. I like it. That is shocking how you got that to do that.
All right, they're looking pretty good. All right, this is gonna move here a little bit. You can take the camera off the mount. And there you can see what I'm looking at as far as the extreme edges being approximately the same height so that they're level. So that's why the blade's pointing up in the air. If you can see that. So the extreme right and left are at the same height.
Yep. That's how I do it.
All right, I think that one looks ready to rock and roll. Last one. You double check that spell right. Neeley. It is spelled correctly. Go. Now I'm going to turn on the jet engine. Hopefully my noise cancellation cuts that out. The jet engine is the CO2 galvo.
You can't hear it.
Perfect.
I got headphones on and I can't hear it.
It's not on yet.
Oh, gotcha.
But if you can't hear the fiber laser, then noise cancellation is working correctly.
Cool.
Well, I guess I'll turn on fiber laser number 2 so I can do the coasters for Andy real quick.
You must have asked what's next when I was over looking at my printer.
Once that's done, I'll turn on my FUME extraction for the slate. And I'm going to switch over to the 80 watt for the slate because I don't have a slate setting for the 120.
Well, your 120 is currently busy as well.
Indeed.
I should sand a slate down, clear coat it, and run a photograph on one. That would be cool.
You clear coat it before you do the photograph?
Oh, yeah. If you sand it, it gets really light colored. And if you spray clear coat on it, it kind of glosses it up and makes it almost black again. And then when you do the the invert color on it, or invert engrave for photograph, it works out pretty good.
Oh, nice.
I have a Labrador Retriever photo that I did on one, but I think that one's in my house. I'm currently using that for my own personal. I was never a coaster guy until I started making them, and then I was like, hey, well, I'll start using these things.
Oh, another stupid stink bug. Not on the axe, though.
Oh.
Right in front of me. Standing in front of my keyboard. All right, one more pass. I just eyeball the extreme right, so where the Y is and where the N is, and make sure those are approximately level to each other.
It's called laser eye.
Yep.
We did that all the time building. We'd get down one side of the wall, laser eyeball to the other end, and have the guys work the wall in and out and brace it until it was straight. And then we'd throw a string on it, and it was just about perfect every time. Your eyeball is the best sight picture collector there is. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, God made it, so it's perfect. So it works.
Yeah, and for center, I kind of go by where the matic back end of the axe head meets up with the bulk of the axe head, and if I just go a little south of there, it's approximately centered.
Oh, for the up and down?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff comes down. You just have to feel it. You know what I mean? You just gotta. It's just one of those things. I don't know. Of course, I was raised that way, so I was around all the old guys that built their own equipment and never bought new stuff because couldn't afford it, so they just built what they needed and used it. So I kind of was able to be trained by just get it done, make it right, do it right, but get it done. And
If
then you
something
just
needs to be if something needs to be perfect, I'll hold a set of calipers
oh yeah, me
and
too.
frame with the calipers to get it, exact center, or make a little mark in Sharpie that I can remove with alcohol later or something like that.
Yeah, I'll use blue painter's tape a lot too to do that too, just if I need it exactly perfect. But there's a lot of features in Lightburn that help you do that, so it's kind of like,
Hey, we're done.
yay!
Sweet. Let's check out Neely.
That
Generally just
was
come a little south of here, and that's centered enough.
that was nearly neat right there.
All right. Now I'm gonna have to do the handles here and here. So we'll do that next after the
Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic and go sand down a couple slate coasters, and probably go outside and do it, and then bring them in, get them coated, put them by the heater so they dry fast. I'll be right back.
okay. I am moving my camera so I can get like coasters. Let me move my light over to the other laser. Why you not like the focus? There, it's focused. Now, where's my focus stick? Oh, all right, now we're in focus. Turn it on. It's on. This is on. FUME Extraction. All right. Thanks, guys. You save this Lightburn project. And open a new one. Let's see, which one do we need? All right, I need to switch laser. Okay, so this is a simple one. It's just going to be this logo. You know, those coasters are 100 millimeters. Let's make this 90 and then frame it. All right, I'm going to take it down to 85 so I don't hit any of the rough stuff. That looks pretty good right there. So that should do it. There, and I have a setting called white 80 watt. If you want to see that, let me switch over. 2500, 40% power, frequency 550, Q pulse 200, interval 0.05. I hit auto rotate, angular increment 37, just in case I want to run it the second time. And here we go. And it's coming out more gray than white. I've got a different setting that I'm going to run. Now let's brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to run this different setting. It's a speed of 3000, power 60, interval 0.1, Q pulse 200, frequency 100. That's what we get. Yeah, it's still more gray. I haven't used this 80 watt on slate in so long, I don't remember what settings to use. That's not a bad gray, though. I think I'll probably just leave it there.
You're using 262 frequency?
No. 262?
Hold on, let me look at my. I got to get out of. Just get into my. What lens do I have on 220? Okay. I probably should change that to 175. But what lens are you using for that?
A 175.
Yeah, I need to change mine out to the 175 slate. Oh no, I use a 220 for mine. Okay. Yeah, 286. Frequency of 286 with a Q pulse of 200, so it's a regular Q pulse.
What interval and what power
I'm running
and speed?
It's my 60 watt, so it's a 3000 speed, 43 power, 0.03 line interval. Bidirectional fill, 2 passes, no crosshatch. I can repeat all that if you need it.
Nope, got it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Give this a try. Definitely brighter.
Wait till the second pass goes through.
Everything's the same. I just dropped the power to 30.
Gotcha. Oh, because you're running at 80 watt.
Yep. And that's the 80 watt with the 2.0 peak pulse. So dropped a little further to compensate for that too.
Okay. Let's turn my stuff on a minute here.
That looks pretty good. There. That looks very nice.
All right. I'm going to have to take these back
Just
off
keep
a minute.
I'll keep that setting and roll with it.
I didn't get to see it.
Why not?
Because I was in my other screen getting what I'm going to laser onto mine, and I just turned it back over there just in time to see your hand move out of the way.
Mm,
All right, I can change that size down to 90.
where did that come from? Okay, I made myself a 100 by 100 framing box. And let's use that to frame. I'm not guessing where center is. It is necessary. And here's what it looks like in Lightburn. And I just frame the bounds, outside shapes only. And we are ready to go. And my blood sugar is getting a little low. I'm going to go get me a protein shake. It'll raise it up just a little bit.
Do it.
I'll be right back.
The nice thing about that frequency is you can clear coat the top of that now, and then when it dries, it comes back white. But yet, when you spill on it, it won't stain it, because if you leave it uncovered or unclear coated, non-clear coated, and you spill stuff on there, it'll stain it, and then you'll have people complaining that you ruined it or you messed up something. You didn't do it right.
Yep.
That happened to me once, and that was the last time.
Yeah, I like to go back and clear coat these. Just to avoid that happening.
And I didn't find that. I probably wasted a half a dozen slate coasters before I found that 286 frequency and clear coated it and let it sit for a couple hours. It was perfect. So I've never changed it since.
I have a setting that was great on the 50 watt, and it was a no fade, kind of light gray.
Yeah.
So you could get wet and it would stay that shade no matter what.
Huh. That would be interesting to try. My particular thing was with coffee. You can wipe it up and it doesn't do it. Like, I mean, it'll stain anything, coffee will, but it won't like do it horrible.
I don't know how it would do with coffee.
Yes, Andy, the slate does darken if you clear coat it, but with the 286 frequency, I don't know what it does to it, but the engraving comes back white when it dries. At least it does on mine. Looks like I may have to change. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's looking okay. The real test is to see if the steam from the coffee cup shows up good. No, I just use the Rust-Oleum satin. I don't use triple thick on my coasters.
I haven't tried triple thick on the coasters, but I'm going to, because I just ordered some more triple thick. I was running out, and that's going to be one of my next triple thick projects, is to see how it turns out on coasters. I like it. Re-rusting nails, resurfacing the coasters to reuse them later.
Yep. I use 120 grit on my cordless DeWalt random orbit sender. I think I gotta knock my. I'll look at it. I might have to knock my power down a couple of. I'm at 16% power, and I think I gotta go down to 14. I gotta look at this.
All right, there's all 4 of those done.
Patrick, are you selling American Access to somebody?
Um, it's actually for the company. The American Access Coasters 80 watt. All right, I named that appropriately.
That's amazing how that happens.
Now, what do you think? We'll do some axe handles.
You got to get them done. We got you have another 40 minutes
40
left.
minutes. Yep. Got to cut this off at 5:55, if not sooner. All right. So you don't get motion sick. I'm going to move this camera over. Here we go.
Greg says, I just saw you are burning when I was going to search for info. Ah, acrylic hat patches. I have not tried those yet.
I have.
I just got red
Info
to
do you
black
need?
carbon fiber in from Lone Star the other day to do a hat patch for a guy.
What info do you need, Greg?
Oh, I know what I did wrong. I gotta go to adjust image, and that's gotta go to that one. That's gotta go to that one.
Okay. CO2 Galvo.
Crap! I'm glad I did two of them. I can fix it. All right. That's what I did wrong. Okay. I mean, it don't look bad, but this one's gonna look way better. I think I'm gonna drop it to 15. Drop 1% on the power, and then do it again. I'm glad these are just an experiment. Okay, cool. I don't look horrible, but like it could have been better.
That's about as far as I can do it to go. On zero speed.
Did you see what Greg posted or not yet?
Not yet.
My settings for the power and speed on Lasermatic 2-layer Lone Star. He was just about to do a material test.
Let me look that up. All right, so here we go. Handle is great. And the laser bearing. Text, center.
I forgot to change my settings for my invert. I just inverted it and I went to burn it instead of doing my other two settings that I needed to do. So we'll see how this one turns out.
And my gosh, I can do that. All right, can you hear me at all?
Yep.
Yeah, that could have been a disaster. I had the wrong name up there.
Oh no. Material tests are easy to do. They're decent, but sometimes they mess up.
name on the handle has to match what's on the blade.
Well, I mean that would help. Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya, Andy. Thanks for stopping by.
Later, Andy. This will be entertaining. It'll be nice.
He said he had to run. I just kind of mosey when I go. Sometimes
Run too fast.
a fast walk. My knees won't let me run right now. Oh yeah, that's turning out 100 times better. I bet you yours is too with the correct name on it.
Indeed.
Two names on the tool could be used by two people. Which one gets the axe head? Which one gets the handle, though? I mean, who's going to swing harder? Oh, two. Are you doing two passes like that or three?
This one will run. I like to run this setting 4 passes.
4.
Yeah, so it gets a nice deep engraved there.
So, question: have you ever thought about doing 4 layers, stepping it in each time so it kind of rounds down the letters, like 0.25 millimeter or a half a millimeter at a time, just to give it some depth? And then
No,
round
I
it.
have not.
I thought about that the other day, trying to do that. I might work on something like that. I was just wondering if that would help take some of the sharp cut away from the wood and stop any chip outs from happening. I don't know. I just look at stuff and my brain goes crazy thinking of what can you do different.
All right. That's the only one with that name. Now the next 2 have the same name.
Jim says if he's running, something bad's about to happen. Nice.
Hold on. There we go. And it'll just have one small engraving down here.
Yep. A rounded font would help that too a little bit. It's just the sharp edge going from the surface into the engrave is what I was talking about. Whether you got a rounded font look or not.
Wait. There we go. It's late. I mean, just totally delete the old name. Don't need it in there.
Okay. I can probably do something to tweak that a little bit different. Let me go. I like it, but it's where's the? Oh, that's the. Is that the same one? That's the same one. Where's the sun? How come the sun is not here? What did I do?
All right, it looks like you're straight, so I'm going to run this one now. This setting runs a flood fill, then a regular fill, then a line. Then I have it set for 2 global passes, so then it does the same flood fill again, then regular fill and line.
I'm
I'm
to
just
get.
Yeah, and I'm just using the font that they picked. I don't know, like almost 2 years ago when I did the first act. Now I need to use the CO2 Galvo to make probably some leatherette patches. And these are just going to be decorative. They're never going to use these, so don't have to worry about that. CO2 Galvo gets nice depth, as you can see there.
Well, worst case scenario, I'm not going to be able to show any of this to you. I'm going to have to go out and redo another one. If it works.
What'd you do?
Well, I adjusted a setting after I picked up the coaster off the bed and not having a spot for it to get locked into, so I could just put it back in the same spot. Then I framed it and put it back in place by eyeball, and it's burning again. So we'll see what I did.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I did see her hat patch video. She's crazy. And I'm using the orange Vevor automatic hat press, $100, and I like it. It works. I haven't had a failure yet. Of course, I'm using Lone Star stuff. So,
Okay.
and there's a what the heck is that other one? Patchworks or something? I can't remember. There's another patch company that I got before I got Lone Star. Patch Crafters.
I love watching the CO2 Galvo on wood.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy's off to the side of the screen.
Yeah, you can kind of see me in the shadow over there.
There he is. Yeah.
Hey.
Just for Greg.
Aw, isn't that nice? The orange Vevor automatic. If you go to Vevor's website and sign up for their pro account, It don't. It doesn't. All it does is give you free shipping, and it saves you like $1.50.
Wait, I think I have a coupon on my
I
for
don't know
that.
what it is now. When I bought mine, it was like $97.
Hold
No,
on, give me a second
102.
here.
I don't remember.
Give me a second. Think I got a coupon or a coupon link.
Yeah, Patch Crafter or Patch Crafter is what he's saying. I haven't had any fail from them, but it's not as nice as Lone Star. I can tell you that.
All right, here's what link I have. All right, now I need to do the bottom.
Hey, Kevin, get your anti-gravity stuff out so it holds the head of the axe up.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys what I do.
Yeah, I mean,
In one moment.
if that's all you're doing is hats and you're selling 1,000 hats a month, then yeah, get a good press, get a better press. But I do one or two every couple of months, so it didn't make sense for me to spend that kind of cash if I'm not doing a lot of hats.
I like that one, or the little automatic one.
Yep.
That's what we do.
All right, get your crossbars out and bolt them down to your table to hold the handle in place like you did on everything else. Oh, I thought you had your cat over there holding it up. Nice.
These flat jacks or router table jacks, whatever you want to call them, but the little tabletop scissor lifts. I would just use one of these. Jacks come on like that.
Okay, I have to tweak my settings a little bit. But I will say, I believe I lined it up perfect. There are no shadow lines that I can see where it engraved off to the side or above. Yes, above. By like, I'm going to say 0.1 of a millimeter. I mean, it's just barely. That's cool. Yes, Greg. I'll show you that in a minute. I was just messing around with slate coasters doing a photograph. It's been a long time since I did one, and I couldn't find my setting in here, so I just kind of winged one off the top of my head. A setting, that is. I just got in here for moral support for Patrick today, and I was bored.
There we go. Just like that. How's that look? You see it?
Yeah. Oh, that looks gorgeous.
Something screwed on the tape. Something back.
I have only done one glass thing, and it's right there on the wall, and it took me 14 hours on the Lasermatic.
I've got a video on laser math. Ask me about that.
Oh, Greg said he was engraving pint beer glasses on his last night.
Oh, nice. There's two.
Yeah.
One more.
I think that's hard to see behind me. I think I'm gonna. I've got some black construction paper. I think I'm. I found it, and then it's down underneath there. I think I'm gonna get it cut and slip it in behind that so you can see it.
All right. These axes are totally done now.
Yeah, that's super crisp. I like that.
There's that. Then we move to that. So they turned out the same finish, same shade. We move to that and that.
Cool.
All nice and shined up and ready to go. Now I need to bubble wrap them and I'm good to go.
Oh yeah, I could do that, Greg. Yeah, and it wouldn't necessarily have to be black either. It could be something else. I'm gonna look into doing that, and I'll hang it back up on the wall.
I'm going to take a quick picture and send it to the gentleman and let him know these are done.
Cool. Put me up on full screen so I can show what I was messing with.
Oh, sure. There you go.
Awesome. All right. So I was showing Patrick before we got going. I've been having a lot of problems with plywood not coming in good. So this is a photo. Don't worry about the shape of the wood. It was just what was laying on the laser when I decided to do this. This plywood came in fuzzy and warped like the other pack I got. And so this has been sanded smooth as I can get it without going through the veneer. It clear coated before I could do this. This is scrap plywood. So you can see it side by side of how good that engraved looks on plywood. That's actually how it's supposed to be. So I was just messing around trying to figure out what was going on with it. Well, then where's the? This is the one that I did on the slate of that same photo, and I screwed up my settings. I mean, it looks okay, but the sun and stuff is gone. So then I did this one, and if you turn it just right, the sun is there, which it kind of looks cool. But the where is it? There you go. The detail on the cabin came through, and this is the one that I just did twice. I just placed it back in and eyeballed it, so there's no shadow lines or anything on it. I got it pretty well lined up, perfect, and redid it to get these suns to come in because I had to adjust one more setting. But that's a photograph on sanded slate with, and then I put clear coat over it. So if you do them on the rough stuff, the pictures don't really come out that good. It kind of takes away from the detail. So I sanded it, put some clear coat on it, let it dry, and then I did that. So that's what I was doing today, just goofing around.
What was Greg looking for settings for?
I think it's the. I'm going back up.
Dual?
Yeah. There it is. 2-layer Lone Star acrylic patches. I had to scroll up quite a ways to find it.
Greg, you can try this one. To give you a good starting point. 12,000 speed, 35%, 5% overscan, interval 0.0. I don't know why whenever I did this test, it was on 0.0677 and I just left it. I just rolled with it. And one pass till shapes all at once.
That's for the 30 watt?
Yes.
I don't think you can move the material test grid anywhere. It's just centered. And Lightburn needs to change that. They need to be able to get that where it gives you the vector drawing of the test grid and then let you move it to where you want to move it to.
Yep.
That needs to be put in a suggestion in their support stuff, I think. Because if you've got a full sheet of something and you don't have room to move the sheet, you need to be able to move that test grid around.
If it's not in a feature request already that you can upvote, you submit one and you share it and then have people vote for it.
Thank you, Precision. It's not perfect. It's not how I would want it, but it's close.
I have, let's see, some patches that I need to do on the CO2 galvo. I gotta get those done today.
Yep, you got about 15 minutes left.
Well, let me do those real quick. No, I'll just get back over to this one.
Well, the reason why we have to get out of here before 6 is Rich already has something scheduled for the software, so we're sharing it. So we're trying to make sure we're not overrunning everything.
Almost forgot what I was doing.
Yeah. I forgot to measure these patches, so give me a second. These are the blue with the silver underneath. Oh my gosh, stupid caliper. All it does is flash. From the daggone likes to flash. Like it's low battery. Piece of junk. 45 by 30.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous. I like it. Cool. Can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Is it not a focus?
Get me off the screen. Let me see.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea. Yeah, because the first one did not even use it. Thanks. I don't know why that happened. That's just one of those weird things. I was forgetting. See, the first layer kind of moving. First, yeah. And then the second one, not quite as hot as that. Yeah, it did scorch. And that's crazy. It's congested. It's odd. Yeah. That's what I'm going to try and do. I'm thinking, hopefully, microfibber will basically go through well. Or did. GDS. And I don't know why I can't find my settings. Yeah. I can pause it really either. But for some reason, in my settings, my Blue Store JDS setting isn't there. I already have the settings there. 30. Yeah, and it's running at really low power, like 15. I'm going to run 2 past the 15. That's what I have. Put 15% to turn it up. Damn, it did. Yeah. I'm going to be out of new patches. All right. This is my last ditch effort here. 1 past 15, 1 at 10, and let's see what happens. Not too optimistic. Oh, crap. Frequency was wrong on that second pass. Frequency really affects the power. See what you got. All right.
Yep. I don't know. Whatever. I'm getting tired anyway. Yeah, the one of those axes is stressful because you don't want to mess one up. That's an expensive UFO.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in and watching some projects being engraved. Appreciate it. Let's see, you got some keychains up on the website for sale, lightsource.pro, and there's other stuff there, not a whole lot.
Yep.
I am giving away keychains to my patrons, so if you want to become a patron, click the link in the description. And that's all I have. What do you have, Jeremy?
Just don't forget, I have the Lasermatic, the filter kits on my website, holdtheline.customs.com. You can buy the STL as well, so you can print it out, save some money. I'm just I've got a couple of things for the live streams coming up, so the free files. I'm hoping I don't overdo it. I got some really crazy stuff in my head, and I'm gonna try to get it to work. So we'll see what happens.
Very good. All right, we're gonna get out of here because Rich has software booked up, so we need to be out by 5:55. So we'll cut it 3 minutes early to give him more time to get prepared. So
Yeah.
we will see you in the next one. Thank you
See you
very
guys.
much.